This conference will now be recorded.
So to introduce myself, my name is Rajashekhar and you can call me Raj, and I'll be taking care of this full stack Java training course. Coming to my experience, I'm having totally 15 plus years of real-time experience and more than 23 plus years of training experience. And even I've done trainings to major IT companies like TCS, Wipro, Virtusa, Deloitte. To list out, it goes more than 50 companies. And I've done more than 1000 plus online trainings into Java technology and more than 2000 plus classroom trainings. Okay, that's a background. So coming to our course, full stack Java. Full stack Java. I've divided this course into the categories like we initially start with core Java. Even we call Java SC. Java SC. Then we go with the next one, web technologies, where you can even call it as UI design, user interface design. Then we go with the next one, advanced Java, even we call Java EE. Then very important one, frameworks. Then we'll be discussing some of the real-time tools during our course, and finally we go with the project. Now coming to this core Java, even we call Java SC. Java SC stands for Java Standard Edition. Java SC stands for what? Java Standard Edition. The main use of going for this core Java is like used to develop standalone or desktop applications. Used to develop what? Standalone or desktop applications. Okay. So can anyone say, go with the examples of desktop applications, what you have used? Anyone can go with examples of desktop applications?
Notepad.
Very good. Notepad.
Calculator.
Yeah, calculator. Yeah, VLC player. Good, Amol. You can even use messages. Okay, no problem. Like MS Office, like Microsoft Word, Excel, all this comes under desktop applications. Once we install in our operating system, you need not connect to other system to run the application. That's the reason they are standalone or desktop applications. Then in this core Java, we'll be learning the concepts like we initially go with Java introduction. Then we'll be learning the features of Java. Then we'll be going with how to download and install Java. And we are going to see the latest version, 18th version. 18 version is the latest one. 18 is the latest one. Okay. Now, once we learn how to download and install Java on our operating system, then we'll be learning developing a Java application at command prompt. Since I'm having Windows operating system, I'll be showing how to develop a Java application at command prompt, and even I'll be guiding you how to develop Java application on Mac operating system. The next one will be going with download and install Eclipse IDE. So in our course, we are going to make use of Eclipse IDE to develop Java projects. Okay. We'll be learning developing a Java application in Eclipse IDE. Okay. So with this, we'll be completing the introduction part of Java. Like we'll be learning what is Java, what we do with Java, and how to develop applications. The next step is we'll be entering into the next part, Java basics. Java basics. So this is the place where we can understand from the beginning of any programming language. So the basic terminologies of programming we'll be learning over here. Like we start learning the meaning of keywords, variables, data types, operators, then if statement, switch statement, while loop, do while loop, for loop, like this. Okay, right? So this is the place where we will be learning the programming concepts, and this is the place where we increase our programming and logical skills. And when I start with the basics, I'll be giving assignments to you. When I start with basics, I'll be giving assignments to you. Okay, I'll be giving assignments to you, which you need to do and submit it back. Right? Now, the next one will be going with arrays. So can anyone say what is the use of arrays? Don't worry if you are not having any programming background also, don't worry at all. Don't worry about your background. So I'm going to start everything from scratch. Okay. So anyone having idea on arrays? What is an array? It is collection of elements. Whenever you want to collect some elements, we make use of array. The next and very, very important topic, that is Java OOP. Java Object Oriented Programming. Okay, this is the main thing in our core Java. If you are good with this object oriented programming, then only we can understand the remaining topics of Java. And the contents what we discuss in this object oriented programming is we'll be learning about the meaning of objects, classes, then we go with constructors, static keyword, packages, inheritance, polymorphism, inner classes, final keyword, access modifiers, encapsulation, abstract classes, interfaces, like this. Okay, so very, very important one. And if you are good with this object oriented, then only we can understand the remaining topics of Java. The next one is LAN package. So this is the default package which will get imported to all our programs. So consider package like a folder. Okay, so where we go with related classes in a package, and here we'll be learning some of the predefined classes like object class, string class, string buffer class, string builder class, math class, wrapper classes. So very simple topic. The next and one more very, very important concept in Java is exception handling. So the meaning of exception is like a runtime error. Once we type the program, then we need to run the program to see the result of our application. So during runtime, we may get some errors that we call exceptions. And once we get errors, the remaining part of code will not get executed. It terminates the application. So to avoid that abnormal termination only, we go for exception handling to make our applications robust. The next one, multi-threading. So can anyone go with the examples of multitasking? Examples of multitasking.
Printing a document while editing it.
Yeah, that comes under thread because you are working on the same task. So multitasking is like opening multiple applications. Like in my case, I've opened browser, notepad, GoToMeeting like this. So you are listening to the songs. Okay, you are listening to the songs using some media player, and you are typing a document in Word. That is multitasking. Then what is a thread? So a thread is like the good example is like our Gmail. So if you open Gmail in browser, it's a task. Then inside that Gmail, how many compose windows can we open? One or multiple? Multiple, right? We can open multiple. So every compose window what we open in that Gmail, they are threads. They are what? Threads. Since we are able to open multiple compose messages, that means your Gmail supports multi-threading. And when I go for attachments, so how many attachments can I do? Multiple. So when one attachment is going on, I can even attach second, third like that. And when attachments are going on, we can even type the subject and body of the message. And the advantage is performance. To increase performance of application, we go for this multi-threading. You need not wait one thing to get completed. You can do multiple things inside one task. That is your multi-threading. And one more good example of multi-threading is like GoToMeeting, our GoToMeeting. In this GoToMeeting, I can show my screen. It's a thread. I can record the class. It's a thread. I can speak with you. It's a thread. Okay. The next and important topic is collections. So when we go for arrays, arrays are also used to collect elements. Collections are also used to collect elements. Then when we go with arrays, we need to mention the number of elements what we want to collect. Means we have to provide the size. If we give size as 50, we can collect maximum 50 elements only. We cannot decrease the size or increase the size. That means arrays are fixed size. That is a drawback of arrays. But in reality, we cannot go for fixed sizes. That is a place where we go for what? Collections. Right. The next one is Java. We are going to discuss about lambda expressions, functional interface, and stream API. Okay, so I cannot elaborate more on this currently. The next one, IO package. The meaning of IO is like input output. Input output. Now, the need of going for IO package is like whatever the programs we are writing, the data what we use during runtime, it is temporary data. The data what we use during runtime, it is what? Temporary data, because it is stored in RAM memory, and RAM is temporary. Then where we can store data permanently? Hard disk, right? We can store data permanently on hard disk, either in the form of data files or database tables. So this IO package is mainly to manage the data files. It's for data files purpose. The next one, we go with SQL concepts or database concepts. So nowadays, whatever the data we require to store permanently, we are going to make use of databases only, like MySQL, Oracle, DB2 like that. So in our course, we will be learning these SQL concepts using MySQL database. We'll be going with MySQL database. Okay. The last one, JDBC, Java Database Connectivity. From our Java program, we can connect to a database, right? So with this, we complete our core Java. Then once we have done with core Java, we'll be entering into the next part of our course, web technologies, even we call user interface design or front-end design. In this web technologies, we'll be going with the topics like HTML, hypertext markup language. We go with the CSS, JavaScript, TypeScript, XML, JSON, then Angular. So in our course, we are going to cover this Angular framework. The next one, Advanced Java, Java EE. Java EE stands for Java Enterprise Edition. And the main use of going for Java EE is used to develop web applications. It's for what? Web applications. So the examples of web applications like gmail.com, amazon.com, Flipkart, Book My Show, Make My Trip, all these are web applications. So once we develop application, we install it on server, we deploy on server so that other people can access our application. Okay. And the contents what we are going to learn here is servlets and JSP. JSP stands for Java Server Pages. Okay. Once we're done with advanced part, the next and very important part is frameworks. Any Java project we take, we make use of frameworks. Some people will ask a question. So when we are using only frameworks to develop Java projects, why can't we learn these frameworks directly? So we cannot understand directly, because when you go with frameworks, these are all things we have to use. These are all concepts we use. Without knowing all these concepts, we cannot enter into frameworks. Okay, and we are going to learn two important frameworks. One is Hibernate framework and one more is Spring framework. Then, before we go to Spring framework, we'll be learning even web services. Web services, because we are going to make use of these web services in Spring framework. Then, in this Spring framework, we'll be going with the modules like divided into so many modules. We'll be covering the topics like Spring Core or Bean module. We'll be going with the Spring DAO module. It's mainly for database connection, where we go with three submodules like Spring JDBC module, Spring ORM module, where we integrate with Hibernate, the Spring data module. We go with the next one, Spring MVC module. This is mainly to develop web applications. It's for web applications. Then we go with the Spring Boot module, Spring REST module. This is mainly to create APIs. This is for to create REST APIs. Right? So these are the modules which we'll be covering under Spring framework. Then even we'll be going with microservices using Spring Boot. Okay. Then, during our course, we'll be learning some of the real-time tools. Like we go with the tool like JUnit, Maven, Lombok. Okay, JShell. Okay, so like that we'll be learning some of the tools in our course. GitHub. Like this. Then, finally, we are going to develop a project using Spring Boot and Angular. By using Spring Boot Angular, we are going to develop a project. Then, the duration of our course. Yeah. Even we'll be going with Postman tool to test our APIs. The duration of our course goes with maximum 60 hours. I'm not saying that it will cross 60 hours. It may take less than 60 hours, sometimes even 55 hours, depends on how you take. Then the time of our classes will be, remember, Monday to Friday at 7 AM IST. Monday to Friday at 7 a.m. ST, and the class will go for maximum 1 hour. Then note, for US or Canada, it will be Sunday to Thursday. Remember, Sunday to Thursday. Okay, it will be Sunday to Thursday. So take care of your time zone. So whatever the time you have joined today, now same time it will be Sunday to Thursday. Okay, so the class is even getting recorded, and that recording will be shared to you after the class. Okay, it's a regular practice, right? Yeah, recordings of the class will be sent to your email ID after the class. Every day after the class, every day you are going to get the recording, right? So that's about my demo part.